Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel leelawebdev. In this video, we will try to understand the data flow in the reactive forms with a step-by-step explanation. So how the data flows in the reactive form. So let's try to see. Reactive forms in the Angular. I will try to write it here so that we can able to read it clearly. So reactive forms in Angular allow for a direct connection between the form element in the view and also the data model through instance of the form control. So this is the main thing. So direct connection between the form element and also the data model through the instance of the form control. This ensures immediate and synchronous data binding between the view and the model. So let's try to see one by one. So now normally in Angular, so what will happen? Let's try to understand. The reactive forms, the interaction flow will be happened in two directions. One is view to model. So that means user actions in the view update the data model. So that means user will try to change it in the view in the template and it will be updated in the data model. So whereas the model to view, that means programmatic changes in the data model reflect in the view. Whenever you are trying to change the programmatically the data model means automatically the changes you have did it in the data model will be reflected in the view. So we will explore both flows with a simple form example that includes an input field for a favorite color, which we have seen it in our previous thing only. So let's try to understand about this one with the view to model and also the model to view also. Let's try to understand it very clearly. So first of all, let's try to see about the view to model. So already we are having a simple example that is nothing but in our reactive form only, the TS file and also reactive form.html file. So we already have a simple example with this favorite color thing. So now in our app component, app.component.html, I will try to stop this one. Here we have used it, form control, and here we are trying to use, okay, reactive forms module has not been imported. Yeah. So now you will be able to see the output for this one. So whatever the things I am trying to change here, it is automatically changing. Let's try to see. So now we have used the form control and form control, everything we are trying to use it, right? So let's try to understand the flow of this one, view to model data flow. So when the user types in the favorite color input, so here this is our favorite color. When the user types in the favorite color input, Angular captures this event. So this, whatever the input event you are trying to do it, Angular captures this event and updates the form control instance. So the form control instance here is nothing but this one. So and updates the form control resulting in the updated model value, and this updated model value will be updated. Let's try to see about the step-by-step view to model flow. So first one is, for example, let's say that user types a value. For example, let's say that user types blue into the input box for a favorite color. Fine, I have typed the blue. So now whenever you have typed blue means the input element emits an input event with the value blue. So that means it will emit an input event. So whenever you are trying to change the value, it will try to emit the event that is nothing but input event. So with the value of blue here. And now this one is captured by the control value accessor. So this one, so whenever this input event is by emitting the event, so it will be listened by the control value accessor. Angular's control value accessor, and this one is an internal handler for the form input events. So this one will be happening in the reactive forms module. So you will be having an Angular's control value accessor and it will detect the input event and immediately updates in the form control instance. So it will immediately update in the form control instance. Form control emits the value. So that means the favorite, the color control is there, right? The form control instance emits the new value through the value changes observable. So whenever it receives this one, so it will emit the value through the value changes observable. And subscribers receive the address. So that means any code subscribed to the value changes means will receive the new value. For example, let's say that, so if you are having in the constructor, so let's say that, so you are having in the constructor, okay. So here I can use this dot favorite control dot value changes. So here you can use this value changes, and this one is an observable, right? So you can subscribe to that observable, and here you will be able to get the color, and here you can do the console.log. So new favorite color, and here I can use color. That's it. So now if you try to see the output for this one, how it will look like. So in our console.log, if you try to see in the console.log, if if you try to see here in our console, so whenever I try to type the blue color here, automatically you will be able to see for every trigger of the event, you will be able to see this value changes is getting fired. So why? Because so you need to understand that whenever the user types any value in this one, an event will be fired here, input event will be fired, and this input event will be captured by the value control value accessor, which is an internal handler present in the reactive forms module, and that control value accessor will update the corresponding form control instance, and it will update the model value, and this model value whenever it updates, it will fire this, it will emit the value through an observable, that is nothing but value changes observable. So instance emits the new value through the value changes observable. So any code, so if you are having any code subscribed to this value changes means they will receive the new value and you can do whatever the logic you want. So this is what we will be trying to do it in the view to model. So now the second one which I want to explain to you is the model to view. For example, let's say that from model to view if you want to update. So through the view I have updated the value. So through the model if you want to update means if a programmatic change is made to the model, the change reflects in the view. So that is means. So now whenever you are trying to change it through the code, then that code, the changes should be reflected in the template in the view also. For example, let's say that, so setting in view, for instance, we update the color programmatically with the set value. So here, so what we can do it is, so if you want to update the favorite color control through the code means, so we will use the set value for that one. And the second one is what it will try to do it is the form control instance emits the updated value read through the value changes observable. Again, so whenever you use the set value, automatically the value changes will send a new value. So the any code subscribed to the value changes will receive the new value, including any listeners for updates in other components. So it will try to update it. And the last one is the control value accessor updates the input. So the control value accessor, so which we have seen it, updates the input element with the new color value red reflecting it in the view. That is the main thing. So now we'll try to see about the model to view. So if you try to observe the model to view, let's say that I am having a button here, okay, in our reactive forms module. So here I will be having a button and I will use change color, okay, and here I will be using the method, the click event. So click is equal to change color, okay. So we have implemented the click event. Now when you try to use this change color in our component.ts file, so here I want to update the value, that is why. So if you want to programmatically update the value to the red means what you need to do, so you need to use this dot form control, favorite color control dot set value. So you need to use the set value and you need to update it to the red, that's it. So now whenever you are trying to update here, automatically it will be updated. So if you try to see here blue means, so this one we are updating it through the view, and here if I want to programmatically update change color means, see automatically the red has been changed both in the view and also in the form control instance property name also it has been changed. So this is the thing. So user typing, when the user types in the input means the value change is observable, emits the input value updating the favorite color. So here you will be able to see it. So now button click. So whenever you are trying to click on the button also, so button also clicking on the change color to red or green or something, so it changed to red. This triggers the value changes observable also. If you try to see the value observable, updating the input element with the green. With this setup you can get a clear view of how Angular receives the form, handle view to model and also the model to view data flows in a synchronized way. I will try to show you in a pictorial representation also of this one, view to model and also model to view. So if you try to see the pictorial representation of this view to model, so here you will be able to see the user types in the input box. Then immediately when the user types in the input box means an input event will be fired. We have seen it, right? So when this input event is fired, control value accessor will be taking that value and it will set the value on the form control. So it will set the value on the form control, and the form control fires when the form control gets the data, it will fire the value changes even to the observable, and the observables will receive the data. See, this is how the pictorial representation will be there. Whereas for the model to view means how it will be there is, let's try to show you. So whereas this model to view will be, for example, we are calling the set value on the form control. So we are trying to whenever the user clicks on the change color method means automatically we are calling the set value on the form control. And the form control notifies the control value accessor, and also it will fire the value changes event to the observable. And the observables will catch the data and respond to according to that one. And when it notifies the control value accessor updates the value in the view. So this is the total overall flow for the view to model and also model to view in the reactive forms. Hope you understood about this concept, how internally it will work. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.